My face is covered to protect the innocent. All right, some initial impressions. First and foremost, the packaging is pretty good. It's a full color box, which is nice. It was wrapped in foam, which is nice. It didn't get damaged. And it's got this, black cover. The coating's not great, but I'm sure it'll probably hold up, and it looks decent. I can see it's got a billet wheel in it. It's a 132, I believe. And we're gonna pull the covers off and take a measurement on the wheels, get measurements on that, and see which turbo this stacks up against. All right, gang, so I got this turbo as far apart as I can without actually jeopardizing the integrity of the balance. If I were to take the nut off, of course, like I said, then the turbo would have to be rebalanced. And we actually do want to run this turbo, so this is as far as we're gonna get it. But let's take a quicker look at everything here. The compressor housing looks like it's pretty nice. The plug that they use here, if you're gonna run wastegate, it's better than Borg-Warner's, but not as good as other aftermarkets as I've seen from a cosmetic standpoint, but I'm sure it does hold just fine. The casting quality looks really clean. Machine work looks good. This casting is cleaner than Borg-Warner's, but like I said, not as clean as some other aftermarkets. It looks like they have like a beveled edge here. They machined in, maybe for airflow or whatnot, but it looks pretty good. Inside of the cover looks really clean. I did my best, and it's hard to really look in there with the camera for any casting defects to see if there's any buildup or anything. But overall, this does look pretty clean, guys. Looks like it's in a pretty decent product. Moving on to the turbine housing, same thing. The big thing about this is there is no marking, so we don't know what the AR is. I'm assuming it's a 132, but there is no markings inside the volute here. The machine work, again, on this housing looks good. Exhaust flange. Inside the volute there, where the divided portion of the housing is, feels nice and smooth. I don't see any big or inconsistencies in the casting, which is pretty good. Moving on to the cartridge itself, it's a billet wheel, and I did measure this earlier. Yes, these are my calipers. They're cheap and shitty, but guys, I'm not an engineer. I'm a turbo guy. It is a 78 millimeter by 105 billet wheel, just like a Borg-Warner or any other aftermarket. It's a billet 7-blade, 7+7, and it is extended tip. And we're gonna do a video on what exactly extended tip is, but it is an extended tip wheel. Measured the turbine wheel as well. It's a 96 by 88, nothing special there. I did want to point out, there's not a whole lot of balancing marks on the compressor wheel. I thought I did see, yeah, there is a balancing mark right there, so there was some balancing done there. And on the exhaust side, you can see that there's a little bit of a balancing mark there. So it was balanced. So we're gonna go ahead and throw this thing on a truck and see how it does. Overall, guys, this looks like a pretty decent aftermarket alternative. There's lots of aftermarkets on the market, but yeah, we're gonna try this thing out and really see how it does. I know. Favorite part of the video, Joe, why do we care? Let me tell you, there's a lot of choices out there for turbos, and if you've watched our channel or if you've talked to me on the phone, I'm very big on educating people on what exactly you're buying and what you're getting. A lot of people, Bully Dog is a big name. A lot of people know about their stuff. So when they're buying a Bully Dog Stage 1 or Stage 2, Stage 3, they might not know exactly what they're buying. So now I'm telling you, Bully Dog Stage 1 is a 78 millimeter with a 132 exhaust housing, just like the Borg-Warner S410SX. The part number, which I'll put here, 14969880000, very popular. This turbo, same dimensions. As far as build quality and things like that, externally, from what I can look at, it looks very similar. It is an aftermarket though. Like I said, we will try to do a road test with this, put it out there, see what happens as far as with the balance and internal quality, with bearing shaft, everything like that. But for an aftermarket turbo, it seems to be great. There's a lot of these turbos in the market available. This one, in my opinion, doesn't have any distinct advantages over any other aftermarket. It's all the same kind of thing. I'd imagine it's a 360-degree thrust bearing, an extended tip, 78 millimeter wheel. So with the Bully Dog, not saying it's a bad turbo, I'm sure it's fine, but it's just like any other aftermarket or the equivalent Borg Warner. You're not really getting anything special by going with the Bully Dog except for that cover. Right now, as far as market pricing, and guys, even if they're COVID, everything with pricing always different in availability. But as of the time that we're shooting the video right now, which is the end of August 2022, this turbo I think retail price is about $2,000. There's plenty of aftermarkets that are much cheaper than that, which I think would be about the same quality. The Borg Warners, they are a little bit more expensive than these as of right now. They're online selling for about $2,400. So just a little bit of a shakeup. Not a bad turbo. We're gonna see if it's a good turbo, but from an overall standpoint, it looks all right. I've babbled enough. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. Give us a call. If you're looking for a turbo, we got tons in stock. We got all kinds of brands. Just give us a shout. We'd be happy to hear you out. There, guys. Take care.
All right, camera. We got a nice turbo here. It's a Bully Dog. We got about 8 blades. Oh shit, there's more on the back. I didn't know about that, but I guess that's good. You got a nice black color. We like black. It's a Bully Dog, so it's a piece of